What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Suships. Now, Suships actually recently got some support in Power of the Elements, and it's a pretty good support, I would say. It's definitely a very fun archetype, considering it's literally ships made of sushi. It's an archetype with ships made of sushi. That just sounds like a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. First off, I run 3 Suship Sorry. I still don't like how they named it Gunkin Suship Sorry. I think Rice Suship Sorry would have been just fine, but I don't know. Maybe the word Rice is copyright or some weird reason. Either ways, yes, this deck does have the focus point of being a normal monster. Kind of like a Sun Avalon and stuff like that. Next, I run 3 Suship Sorry Red. I definitely added a little bit of seasoning to that Suship. Suship Sorry Red has a really cool effect. It essentially becomes the name Suship Sorry while in the hand, deck, graveyard, or on the field. So basically anywhere except the banished area, it's Suship Sorry. So you got like 6 copies of Suship Sorry, which is really helpful with this deck. And you can reveal 1 other Suship Sorry from your hand, special summon this card from your hand, then you can apply this effect. Special summon 1 Gunkin monster from your deck, except Sorry, but negate its effects. If any, then special summon from your extra deck 1 XYZ monster that mentions the special summon monster's name. So, aka Suship. Next, I run 3 Suship Ikura. Put in some fish eyes with the sushi. If you control a Suship Sorry, then you can special summon this card from your hand. And having to say Suship Sorry so many times feels like a tongue twister. Or is that just me? And during your main phase, you can activate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can either add to your hand or special summon 1 excavated Gunkin Suship Sorry, and then shuffle the rest into the deck. So, I guess like the end archetype, Solomon Great Foxy, and if you know what that means, essentially, excavate 3, special summon Sorry if it's among the 3, which works with either Sorry or Suship Red, because Red becomes the name of Sorry even in the deck. So let's say you have an effect to special summon Suship Sorry from the deck. You can use the vanilla or the new Suship Red. Next, I run 3 Suship Shiro. If you control a Suship Sorry or an XYZ monster that has Suship Sorry as XY material, you can special summon this card from your hand. And during your main phase, you can special summon 1 Gunkin monster from your hand, except Sorry. Then you take any number of Gunkin Suship Sorry from your deck and place them on top of your deck or graveyard and place them on top of your deck in any order. That's definitely really useful because all the XYZs have an effect to when they are XYZ summoned. Depending on what is used as material, they gain different effects. If you use Suship Sorry on all of them, you get to draw 1 card. So it literally stacks your deck so you can draw right into Suship Sorry, which can then work with any of your other Suships. Next, I run 3 Suship Uni. Then you can reveal 1 other Gunkin card in your hand, special summon this card from your hand, then apply the following effects based on the revealed card. If it's a Sorry, you can special summon the revealed monster. If it's anything else, place the revealed card on the bottom of the deck. You can also target 1 Gunkin monster you control, change its level from 4 to 5. You can add 1 Gunkin Suship Sorry from your deck to your hand. So definitely pretty good effect. It helps you get into the level 5 Suship, although you don't really go into that as often. Next, I run 3 Rescue Cat. Anytime you run a deck which focuses heavily on normal summons, you definitely want to run Rescue Cat, especially if it's one that doesn't eat up your normal summon, which Suships do not. Next, for hand traps, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 3 Crow, and 2 Skullmaster. Skullmaster is becoming, I'd say, pretty popular of a hand trap this format. Kind of because it's like 2 more copies of DD Crow. Next, I run 3 Unexpected Die. Unexpected Die, if you control a monster, is special level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck. Not once per turn, but then again, it's kind of once per turn because you have to control no monsters to activate this card. So definitely really good to get that Suship Sorry out to the field, which you can then start doing plays with. Also run 2 Pot of Desires for draw power. I run 1 Suship Seaside Supper Spot. Try saying that 5 times fast. Suship Yard Seaside Supper Spot. Suship Seaside Supper Spot. I can't do it. Otherwise, once per turn, if you normal special summon a Gunkin monster, even during the damage step, you can place a Gunkin card from your deck on top of your deck, which, again, helps with the XYZ monster, so you're basically guaranteed to draw into a Suship Sorry. And one of the Suships can literally search out spells and traps, so it's searchable. That's why we only play it 1, and it's not really the most important card of the deck. To be honest, in most cases, I'm more likely to go for the trap, but sometimes I might go for the spell. I also play 1 Monster Reborn, for traps, the 3M perm, and 1 Suship daily special. That's right, folks, it's the daily special. And when you activate this card, you can also reveal 1 Suship shard from your hand, reveal 3 monsters from your deck. Your opponent chooses for one of them for you to add to your hand, and also shuffle the rest back into the deck. And if you revealed a shard in your hand, at activation you can choose the card to add to your hand. It also has another effect. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish this card and target 3 Gunkin monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and draw 1 card. Which is definitely really good, because there will be times where I can get all 3 of these Suship Saris onto the field and then into the grave. So definitely having that to kind of recur those so we can do more play is definitely really good. Moving on to the extra deck. I run 2 Gunkin Suship Shiro class carrier. They're Suship carriers. Tell me that's not cool. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can apply effects in sequence based on the materials used. Now, all the Suships have this effect. But for Shiro class, if you use the Suship Sari, draw 1 card, Gunkin Suship Shirano, add 1 Gunkin spell trap from deck to your hand. And when a face-up card in the field zone, or while a face-up card in the field zone is in the field zone, Gunkin monsters you control, spell summon from the extra deck, cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And they gain attack equal to the original defense, which isn't really a big gain. It's plus 250. Next, I run 2 Gunkin Suship Ikura class Dreadnought. When a Sari is used material, you can draw 1 card, although all the Suships have that effect. But when you use Ikura for that, then you can, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Not really the most useful, but most oftentimes Shiro is the one I'm going to mainly go into. Also run the 1 Suship Uni-class Super Dreadnought. Like the rest of them, if you use Shari, you can draw 1 card. But if you use Umi, then this card gains the ability to attract directly, and once per turn during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. Quick effect, target phase of a card your opponent controls, up to the number of Gunkin monsters you control, spell summon from the extra deck, negate the effects. So it can be a negation in a way, but it's not like it's not a free negation. Also run the 1 Daigo's Emerald, really good. Same reason as the trap, essentially recur the vanillas. Also run 1 Magic Key Spirit, Veparadu. If this card is actually summoned, you tap material from this card to add 1 level 4 however normal monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So definitely really good. Also run the 1 to Garrus. And an Abyss Dweller, just some pretty good rank 4s to summon. Also run Zeus, as well as Utopic Future and Utopic Draco Future. I'd say Draco Future is what you're going to end on the most, because it's pretty easy to get 2 XYZs onto the field. Now and so you can get the Draco Future pretty easy. On for the links, I run 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Apollosa, and 1 Access Code Talker. You're more likely to go into your XYZ monsters more than the link monsters, but definitely having Apollosa for negations and Access Code Talker to round out games, definitely really good to have. Let me know in the comments what you think of Suship. Think they're pretty cool. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.